Hello, welcome to another Burgundy with Tweedy video. A little bit gloomy, it's 20 minutes from sunset, and I've been too busy editing today, so I haven't been able to get out to the Heath, which actually seemed like a good opportunity to open a wine I'm not particularly looking forward to. Any of you in the unfortunate enough position to be following along with this nonsense will remember I had a farce of this bottle's, I don't know, sibling for want of a better word. This is this producer who I still can't quite pronounce the name of. Heresztyn, Mazzini, something like that. I had the same vintage, Gevrey Chambertin again, but not a named vineyard. Or is this just a cuvée name? This one is called Cuvée Les Songes. That might be the name of a vineyard, I'm not sure, within Gevrey Chambertin, or it might just be some other quirk. But this is not their sort of generic village level Gevrey Chambertin. This is something subtly different. If you remember the other one, the bottle cracked. It's a synthetic cork. It was all a bit of a disaster. I was double filtering it, and anyway, so this time I'm giving in because I've got to drink this at some point, and I'm just going to open it with a corkscrew, the old-fashioned way, and hopefully it's not going to give me any trouble. I so rarely use a corkscrew. I don't even have a particularly good one. This thing's been hanging around in the back of the cupboard for ages, but it does seem to be doing the job. Well, don't count your chickens before they've hatched and all that. Okay, that annoying synthetic cork is out. No broken glass. That's already a significantly better start. Did I say it's the same vintage, 2017? I think I've said that bit, haven't I? And last time I was a bit underwhelmed by that, but that was probably because of all the drama I'd been through to get to this stage, and I'll admit that was a lot easier. The very first whiff, before I've even given it a swirl around, almost slightly sanguinous. There's something very slightly meaty or something there. And I think, again, looking at the colour and everything, this is likely to veer on the side of dark fruit. So I'm guessing with a bit of a swirl, we'll start to get some black currant kind of character. Yeah, I think that's there. It's in a similar sort of ballpark to the previous one. I would say straight off the bat that's a slightly cleaner sort of a nose. It's a relatively pleasant, I suppose, black currant character. That was that brief, sanguinous, bloody sort of note. And then there might be kind of licoricey, tobacco-y sort of edges as well. Something slightly herby on the nose. Am I imagining that because it's a Sunday evening? Having thoughts of sage and onion stuffing and so on, but tiny bit of, something herby like sage or something there. I think it would be fair to say this is all going much better this time round. Nice smooth mouthfeel to that. Possibly a tiny bit of something tannic around the edges, but relatively subtle. Decent amount of concentration. The fruit character, I would say, probably still more black currant than anything else. There might be a hint of black cherry possibly in amongst that. It's got a little bit of richness to it. It's got a decent amount of concentration. It's overall not bad, actually. I'm definitely enjoying this a lot more than that other one. I don't know if that's just down to the drama or if there is some difference between the generic Gevrey Chambertin versus this Cuvée Les Songes, which again I guess is a vineyard name, a lieu dit within Gevrey Chambertin. Price-wise, these weren't actually particularly different. This is another wine from hand-picked Burgundy. I'll stick the price on the screen. I don't think there was much in it, really. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you're forced to buy from this producer, who I'm a little bit put off by, given these synthetic corks, then that seems to be the nicer of the two, to me at least. Although, again, this could all be very tempered by how angry I was at the fiasco last time. It does still have a slightly sort of almost meaty quality to it, which is really interesting. Something sort of sanguinous. So I think this would probably be a good Sunday roast kind of Gevrey Chambertin. If you don't mind that sort of blackcurrant fruit character rather than cherry. Given a choice of fruit character, I would always rather have something more cherry focused rather than blackcurrant. But it is a style. It is a way that Pinot Noir can legitimately express itself. So some people might prefer that. I don't know. It tends to remind me a bit of more of maybe New World Pinot Noirs. They quite often go a bit more black curranty rather than cherryish. I'm not exactly an expert on New World Pinot Noir, so I could be talking nonsense there, but the few I've had tended to have more like that kind of fruit character. Well, I need to get back to my editing. I'm a busy man, can't be sitting around here talking nonsense about wine. So definitely an improvement on the other one. So that's going to be decent with dinner. I still won't buy from this producer again unless they issue a solemn edict to never use these synthetic corks again. But yeah, it's all right. Really not bad. Cheers.